I don't expect that everything that I share on this site will resonate with everybody. It's just like when you go to church, right? Sometimes when the pastor or minister speaks, you're like, it feels like he's talking to me. But then there'll be other people in the congregation that is zoned out because they feel like he ain't talking to me. He talking to you. Okay. I'm only sharing things on this site with people who think about certain things and they're like, I'm not alone. This is not crazy. I'm not alone. Let's just put it that way. 6061. I'm just going through this book real quick, just to read on this about feathers, just to show you what has happened to me when it comes to feathers, symbolism, because some people don't really notice the signs and the things that are happening right in front of them. They just like overlook it. They don't see any spiritual significance of these things, right? So she has the feather of Ma'at. We need to make sacred time every day to restore our inner balance and peace and to release everything that weighs down our heart and our wombs and our spirit. One way to do this is to meditate with the feather of Ma'at, the symbol of truth, harmony, and balance. Think of the hours of 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. as the time of Nebhet. She is the lady of the house, the body temple, and she is the lady of the heavens, the celestial body. She also represents the spirit of intuition. At that hour, your melanin is pouring out and you hear things that you could not hear during the day. You receive visions that you could not see later on, and you connect with your dreams and receive messages. You begin to understand the depth of who you are, what you are, and why you are. It is at the hour of Neptet that we drink pure water and herbal tea, such as red raspberry. It is at that hour that we take our healing bath. And it's at that hour that Nephet will come and talk to us and answer us. To welcome her, we must eat lightly to hold the light. If we're full of a dense, heavy dinner, we will not have the ears to hear. When your heart is heavy due to an accumulation of anger and pain and strife, it becomes imbalanced. And that's when tumors grow and cysts grow. And that's when you create 7 days of bleeding. It's for the women. When the heart is heavy day in and day out, year after year, it begins to accumulate upsets that you may not even be aware of. The body begins to be deeply imprinted with distress and it becomes totally off balance. This is when the feather of Ma'at can bring us the clarity we need to restore our balance, inner and outer. Now, oh my God. Because, okay, after I saw my sister, my last post, I talked about visiting one of my sisters who's having a lot of medical challenges, mental, spiritual. I think it's all spiritual, basically. Because sometimes when you sit down with people who are mentally ill, some of the things that come out of their mouth is heavy, deep stuff that majority of us don't even want to tap into and talk about. So anyway, after I left her house, it was raining. The wind was blowing, the rain was pouring down. I'm trying to like tie my hood on my head and try to keep dry and I'm walking. Soon as I bundled up, I put my hood on, I'm walking and I'm feeling emotional and I'm getting ready to trek down to the train station and go over there. And I look down as I'm feeling overwhelmed with emotion and I see the feather on the ground drenched in water from the rain. Then I walk a few feet up, not even far, and the man is on the corner and he gives me a rose. And I walked off with such joy in my spirit. And my sister's name is Joy. And so you got to Notice the signs around you. There are always glimpses of happiness and joy in a dark place. I don't care where you're at. You'll always be able to see something if you pay attention that is going to confirm that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, or you're where you're supposed to be, or you're not where you're supposed to be, and will let you know that, you know what, even though there's all this ugliness around you, there's something in there that's there to lift you up, to keep you focused on the path ahead of you, that will confirm that you are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So I'm trying to encourage you to stay the path. I don't care how painful it is, how dismal it looks, how dark the tunnel may look. There is a bright light on that path.